Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Simulation Football League. Mulaverse Simulation Football League. Pardon me. Let me get a hashtag Noti Gang in the chat if you're rocking with me. Also, let me get a sound check, guys. Let me know if I am sounding good. Let me know if everything is good right now, man. We got a great game on our hands. We have NC State versus UNC. So it is going to be a big time, bounce back game for UNC. They definitely want to come out ready to go in this one after taking a pretty tough loss last week, which was their first loss, guys. So UNC is going to want to get that right. And let's see if they can do it here tonight, man. Let me get that sound check going in the chat. Let me know if I'm sounding good, guys. Just trying to make sure everything is everything before we hop into this game. You know, guys. Super Sim, you know how we do. They said I'm sounding good. So let's get this thing going. Yes, sir. The kickoff is out. The guys are in the chat deep, and this is what we like to see. DCP on the kick return, only going to make it out to the 21, and we're going to see this high-powered UNC offense start out the gate. Shout out to my boy Roz in the chat, Michael Simmons, a.k.a. Bud Simmons in the chat, Ace Andre Roche, Elijah Carter, Che Bailey, and Waverly Harris Jr. Yes, sir. The Mulaverse in full effect, and that is going to be a full start to start. It looks like that might have been a tackle, the right tackle for UNC. Not a way that they wanted to start this game. Number 54, the tackle, just jumping a bit there. It's actually the guard, pardon me. Jay King in the gun. Jay King gonna hand it off to Dre. Dre only gonna pick up 2, but you know that Dre Willis is super dangerous with the rock in his hand. You cannot afford to play with Dre Willis. This kid is electric in the passing game and the receiving game, and is just as dangerous in the rushing game. Can't wait to see how this game pans out, and he's gonna hit Josuke Kujo on the slant. So Josuke Kujo getting it done. Shout out to DCP in the building. DCP playing on the outside this week. Interesting to see how that's gonna pan out. And DCP, no, it's actually not DCP on that play. But that is Jay Shuttle on the 7-yard reception, first down. Jay King looking comfortable right now. That's 2 completions, and that's going to lead to a first down. They got a single back set with Dre Willis in the backfield. Dre going to get it on a slant, has a block, and Dre going to pick up 3 yards. 2 rushes on 5. 2 rushes for 5 yards right now for Dre Willis. But you know this guy is capable of taking it to the house anytime he touches the rock. Jay King now looks like he wants to set up something short. He goes to DCP, and DeAndre Carter Park is going to get the first down. 3 for 3, 24 yards. And that is going to be the first catch for DCP, going for a gain of 8. Dre Willis going to get the handoff. Dre dancing a bit, couldn't make his mind up, but he's only going to pick up 1 yard on that one. Trying to find the block. Couldn't quite get one. Shotgun set. Jay King. He's watching the field, and he's going to find B.J. Hamilton. So Jay King looking really comfortable right now. You know, this guy is definitely very good at managing the game. Doesn't make poor decisions often. But let's see if they can pick up the 3rd and 2. Yes, they go to the backup running back. He picks up a couple of blocks. And that is a 12-yard rush for the backup Dillard. First down, UNC. UNC is cooking right now. UNC is cooking with grease. They're already in enemy territory at the 34. They're going to fake the play action draw right there, and they're going deep. Good heads up play right there by the corner as Jay King was trying to get it to DCP. Going deep on that one. Shotgun set, 2nd and 2. They're going to hand it off to Dre. Dre is going to go past his blocker and pick up a gain of 7. Lyman just a bit too slow. Dre said, you know what? I got to get these yards Can't wait for the block this time. 3rd and 3. Nice balance by the offense right now. 5 rushes and 5 passes. They're going to pass on this one out of the gun. They're going to go short to Dre, and Dre's going to pick up the first down. And that's what makes this kid super dangerous, guys. That's what makes Dre Willis super dangerous. Not only can he kill you in the run department, but he also can kill you in the receiving game. Offset I formation. They're going to go with Dre to the right. Dre dancing a bit, lowers a shoulder, falls forward for a gain of 4 yards, and now they are inside the 18-yard line. Can J. King and company finish the deal? Can they draw first blood on this first drive here? 2 tight ends bunched out. They're going to go with a play action, backup running back in a gain. They're going to go with a short pass to the backup tight end. And he's only going to pick up a gain of 1. There's only a gain of 1. 3rd and 5 now. Backup still in the game. They got Heron and the other receiver in, and they're going to go to BJ at the 1-yard line. BJ Hamilton. What a play right there. Can't forget about PJ Hamilton, the tight end. This kid has walked on to UNC, and he has definitely established his presence. That boy is good. J. King looking as good as advertised on this drive. Check out DCP at the bottom there, but they're going to go with Dre, and he's going to be swallowed up by that defense. Trailer. Jay Trailer in on a tackle for loss. And that's going to push them back 2 yards to the 3-yard line. Check out Josuke, Heron, and DCP in a slot, but they're going to go with Dre again. However, Dre not able to get in. They try to catch him slipping. Go with Dre again really quickly. This defense is playing really good football right here in the red zone. Let's see if the 3rd time's the charm. Quick throw right here as he's in trouble, but Josuke Kujo is going to catch that for a touchdown. The linebacker was lost trying to keep up with Josuke, and Josuke in for the score. What a drive right there from J. King. He was on the money. Saw the linebacker lost trying to guard Josuke Kujo, and that is going to be a touchdown most times than not. If you got a linebacker right there trying to keep up with Josuke, he had his back turned, and that's never a good sign. What a way to start the game. UNC draws first blood. Can they get this extra point? The extra point attempt is good. 7-0. UNC starting off with a bang. Can they defense match the efforts of their offense? That kick going to go in the back of the end zone. They're going to start this drive at the 25-yard line. Edwards, what do you got? Can you answer the score? Rob Edwards, 753 on the season, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So going into week 4, those are decent numbers right there. Decent numbers right there. And let's see how he fares in this game. Got to watch out for a very dangerous defense. UNC to end around. But little folks is there. Andrew Alexander, a.k.a. Little Folks, in for the tackle. Single back set, 2nd and 8. They're going to go with a play action. Rob Edwards going to get it to the tight end, and Bud Simmons going to knock the tight end just 1 yard shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 now. 3rd and 1 for NC State. Can the Wolfpack get in? And they got to throw a quick slant, and Little Folks going to give up his first pass of the game. Rob Edwards. Nice quick slant to Morrison. The Little Folks not happy about that one, but you do not want to test Andrew Alexander too often. This kid could get to jumping those routes once he figure out what you want to do. Top of the screen, Little Folks again. They're going to go for the pass. They're going to keep it short. Bud going to whip. Batavio Simpson going to come in and make the play. 2nd and 6 now. 2nd and 6. Shotgun set. NC State. Looking good right now. They're going to go with a read option, and the quarterback is going to get him. Had the defense fooled, just got right outside the defensive end. And that's going to be a pickup of 11. Trey Harper on the tackle, but Rob Edwards fooled them on that play right there. Great read on the read option. And let's see if Rob can keep him going. They got past the 50. He wants to go short. That is going to be a very short gain of 1 to his receiver Weldon on that one. So Rob not doing too much, keeping it pretty short, making quick decisions, and that's what you're going to have to do against this UNC defense. Offset I, and they read that one, but they whip on a tackle. And he's going to be down 2 yards shy of the first down. Could have had him. But he completely whiffed on that tackle right there. Rob Edwards under center. Will they go back to the back? No, they're going to send a DB blitz. That might hurt him. And that is going to be a first down right there. Rob Edwards picking apart this defense right now. McMillan will pick up 10 on that one. Fox in on the tackle. That is going to lead us to the second quarter. Drop those twos in the chat. You know how we rocking twos in the chat. Seemed like a pretty fast first quarter to me. I guess it's because of the long drives by both teams. Play action. Rob Edwards finds his foot and goes short again. And right now, Rob just dinking and dumping, not doing anything difficult, trying to keep it simple. And that is going to lead to a 2nd and 7 at UNC's 23-yard line. Rob, what do you got? Trips to the left. They're going to hand it off, though. And the running back is going to be tracked down after gaining 4 yards. Fox in on the tackle once again. That is his second tonight. 3rd and 3. Big time 3rd and 3. Can UNC get the stop? Rob back. Dinks it again with Tavio lighting up the running back. And that is going to be the first incompletion for Rob Edwards. And that is going to lead to a 4th down. Will the Wolfpack go for it? Let's see. No. They're going to play a conservative and just get 3. Might be a smart decision on that one. Shout out to Tavio Simpson coming in and nailing the running back to break that pass up. Install this drive. NC State gonna have to settle for 3. DCP back on the return. He took back a punt last week. Can he do some magic in the return game this week? He's gonna take it out the end zone. DCP trying to find a lane, and he's gonna get out to the 25-yard line. 74 rushes, 261 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season for Trey Willis. Not let those stats mislead you. This kid has super big playability and gets it done in multiple facets. 1st and 10. They're gonna go to Dre. Why not? Dre up the middle. And that is what I'm telling you guys. He's still pushing as the line is giving him that extra push. Dre, big time run for a 1st down there. And I just got a feeling that Trey Willis is gonna break one big here soon. Looking like he has his strut here early. Dre up the middle once again, still chugging forward, and he's going to gain 4 on 1st down. 2nd and 6 now. UNC moving it really well. Shotgun set. Dre looks a bit winded. Let's see if they go back to him, though. Yes, they will. They're going to go with Dre to the left, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 1. Weaver in on the TFL. Now they're going to give Dre a break. He was a bit winded after those back-to-back runs. All the time they give him a break. They're going to go to DCP, and DCP was definitely hit off his route at the line by that linebacker. And that made it very easy for that DB to get in short throw right there. Know that they wish DCP could have got outside, but that linebacker did a good job of hitting him at the line before he could go into his route, and that's going to lead to a punt. So UNC able to score in their 1st drive, but then their 2nd drive is going to stall. Wasn't a 3 and out, but still stalled pretty early. Punt return. Believe that's Morrison back there. Looked like he had room. He's going to be tackled at the 24-yard line. Offset I formation. 1st and 10. They're going to shift out of that to a shotgun set. Play action. Rob going deep, and he's going to miss his target on that one. Had a guy cross in the middle, but the pressure from Irvin might have gotten to him. 2nd and 10, NC State. They're going to hand it off. Number 25 has a seam, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. Thomas running really well in this game right now. Catching UNC off guard a couple of times now. Bud Simmons, let's see if he can step up and get active. 1st and 10 from the 38. They're going to go right back to him. Why not? He's going to hop to the outside. But Trey Harper's going to be there. However, he's going to pick up 4. 2nd and 6. Bunch set to the right. Single back formation. Play action. They got a tight end on a short play right there. And right now, they are really dinking and dumping. And Edwards is having the time of his life. He has just a lot of guys open underneath. UNC looking like they're playing a bit too far back. May have to make that adjustment. 5 guys on the line. They're going to send all 5. They're going to try to run the end around. And he's going to fumble. And that ball is going back to UNC. What a turnover. Tavio Simpson on the recovery. And I got to see that replay to see who got in and knocked that ball loose. And that was little folks Andrew Alexander forcing the fumble. What a hit right there by Andrew Alexander, stepping up big time. I told you, this young corner is no joke. Wow. Offset I formation. They're going to hand it off to Dre. Dre finds a very small window, and a vision by Dre going to get him a 7-yard gain. 7-yard gain right there. Trey doing his thing. They're past the 50 already on this drive. And let's see. Good field position after the turnover, but what a tackle right there. Just pulled Dre Willis right back. And that's only going to be a gain of 1. Campbell in on the tackle. 3rd and 2 now. Don't want to let this drive stall too early. Check out the top of your screen. They're going to go with Dre in a misdirection. Beautiful play call. Beautiful execution. First down, Dre Willis. Dre Willis playing some really good football right now. And I told you, he's just giving me the feeling that he's going to break one big. You got the backup in to give him a break. But check out the top of your screen. DCP at the bottom. They got Josuke at the top. And they're going with DCP, but he's going to miss him. Oh, my God. No, he's going to want that one back. Just missed DCP on that throw. Wow, that might have been 6 right there. Jay King missing that one. Finds DCP on the next play for a gain of 4, though. But Jay King knows he wants that throw back. Just missed DCP. Watch him at the top of the screen, one-on-one. However, on the other side, you got Hamilton Herron and Josuke Cujo. Jay King gonna step up. He's under pressure, sets his feet, gets it off. And no, incompletion. Gave DJ Hamilton a jump ball. But that one is gonna be incomplete. 4th and 6. They're gonna have to settle for a field goal. Can their kicker get it done? Let's see. Can he make this a 7-point game? The kick is up and it is no good. Off to the right. He misses the field goal. And now they're not able to capitalize off the fumble. Can this be what NC State needed to get some momentum here at home? Let's see. UNC really would have loved to have came away with some type of points after that turnover from Little Folks. But they're not going to get it. Single back set. Thomas in the backfield. They're going to shift from under center to a shotgun. And Rob is going to try to pass. He's going to dink it short again. Tavio a bit late on the rotation. That is going to be 2nd and 3 now after the 7-yard pickup. Rob just told you these UNC defenders may be playing off a bit too much as Rob is taking the short gains. Why not? Offset I as they got the fullback in motion. Now they're going to hand it to Thomas. Thomas going to find a lane and pick up a 1st down. Thomas really running the ball effectively right now. I'm liking the scheme. I'm liking the play calling right now from NC State. Keeping the drives alive, moving the football. Still down here, but let's see if they can make something happen. Rob back to pass. And he's going to find the receiver right there. Talbot. Finding a nice crease against Bud Simmons. 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off. What a broken tackle right there. Thomas just trucking Fox and spinning off of him. But that is going to be a holding, and that one is coming back. 1st and 20. After the holding, Hunter Cleveland, the left guard, called on that one. Shout out to my guy, Ty K. Wells, tuning in. Another young cornerback. Caught a big-time interception yesterday against a very good receiver in Hello. That one only going to go for 3. Thomas. NC State looking decent right now. Just got to find a way to get some points on the board, and a little too much happy feet back there. And Floyd is going to get to him for a tackle for loss. Lloyd fighting off that block, coming off that edge, looking dangerous. 2-minute warning here, 2 minutes left here in the first half. Only 7-3 right now, 2 minutes left. Can NC State get this on third and out? No, body bags in the chat. Body bags in the chat. They're going to have to punt this one away. What a sack right there. UNC is going to call a timeout. That one going out of bounds. Great punt. And Jay King is going to have to take his team the length of the field during this 3-minute drill. 2-minute drill. I took him out 3-minute drill. 2-minute drill on the way for UNC, but they are backed up at their own 3. Let's see what they go with. They go with Dre up the middle, and he's going to lose. No, they're going to say he picked up a yard. Giving him some forward progress right there. Shout out to my guy, Lil Folks in the chat. I see you, my guy. Also, shout out to my guy, BJ, checking in as well. They're going with a pass now. Going to have to drop it off with his DCP on a short game. 3rd and 8 now. Nothing doing too much down the field so far for UNC. Will it start to open up? They're sending a blitz, and they're going to take a shot. Herring can't hold on. And NC State is going to get the stop. 4th and 8 from the 5. They're definitely going to have to punt this one away. You know, with 1 minute and 26 left for NC State, can they make something happen? Punt is out. Morrison is going to be tackled at the 47-yard line. NC State in a shotgun set. They got a minute to go, 2 timeouts. Decent field position, so definitely can get some points. Will they get a touchdown? No. Rob dropping back. He's going to drop it short. That's what he's been doing most of the day. Thomas going to break a tackle. But Andrew Alexander is going to pull up and tackle him for a short gain of, a decent gain of 6. 2nd and 4 now at the 48 across enemy lines. And they're going to throw a quick slant to Morrison. And Morrison going to pick up the first down. They're really just playing it very short right now. They're going to burn one of their timeouts. 2 minutes. Oh, pardon me. 47 seconds left in the second quarter. First and 10. 47 seconds. 1 timeout. And Rob going to go deep, but he misses him. Misses Talbot on that one. Good defense. Tavio Simpson back in coverage. Rob could have had him had he put a little bit more zip on it. Tried to float that one in the end, just let him too much. Rob trying to take a shot, and oh, he dropped that one. Dropped that one. Maybe he heard the footsteps of Tavio Simpson, but you cannot afford to drop that. That was a big-time play right there. 3rd and 10 now. Rob going across the field. He's got a tight end. Yes, it is. That's going to lead to 4th and 2. UNC going to use a timeout. So they're going to try to get something going with these 33 seconds. Field goal unit up, and it is good. They're going to make this a 1-point game, 6-7 in favor of UNC. And UNC with 33 seconds left, you can't count these guys out. These wide receivers, very dangerous, and so is DCP in the return game. Will they give him an opportunity? No. Going to kick that to the back of the end zone. He's going to take a knee. Smart play right there. 81 rushes, 295 on the season, and 2 touchdowns for Dre Willis. Don't see them running the ball low on this drive. 29 seconds. They may want to take a couple of shots downfield before this half is over. Shotgun J. King. And he's going deep. Tried to go to Josuke Cujo, but Layman there on the coverage. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. They're going to try to take another shot. King going to go short to Dre. Dre couldn't get out of bounds. The clock is going to keep ticking, and they're just going to take a shot in the no huddle. No need to use no timeouts. They're going to go across the field. They're going to get it to Herring. And time is up. J. King decent first half. 13 of 18. But that is a half. Drop those halves in the chat. You know how we do here in the MSFL. Drop those halves. in the chat. 7-6, low scoring first half. Both defenses playing as good as advertised. Both defenses really good. Both defenses have played really well up until this point and showed flashes. Ole Miss 2-1 up against Oklahoma. That's gonna be a really good game. Oklahoma is no slouch. Know that. USC versus UCLA. Although USC haven't made a bang yet, that's gonna be a better game than most people think. Kenny Knox, can't wait to see what he pulls out in that game. That kid has been electric. Iowa 1-2, Texas A&M 2-1. And I got Texas A&M going into that game, but know that Iowa is no slouch either. Josuke Kujo with that lone touchdown in the first half of this game. Threes in the chat as we headed to the third quarter. Threes in the chat. Return team gonna get it out to the 25 for NC State. And NC State is gonna have to get more points on the board because both of these defenses are good. You gotta outscore UNC. That's one thing. At some point, that offense is gonna get to clicking like they did on that first drive. And if you cannot match that with your offense, you are in trouble. Play action, Fox. Ooh. Another guy trailing pretty closely. They're gonna drop it off to Talbot on that short gain one. I can't even say short gain. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4. They continue to dink and dump right now, and that's gonna get them a first down. Rob Edwards playing really smart ball, not taking any risk down the field. 4 receptions, 28 yards. Troy Brown in on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the 36, and that's gonna be a body bag. Bauer in on the sack. That's gonna lead to 2nd and 16. Bauer getting in there on the sack. Body bags in the chat, guys. 2nd and 16. Edwards gonna have to get out of there, and that might have been a roughing the passer, guys. That might have been a roughing the passer. Yes, they're gonna call a roughing the passer. I saw that one. He was just late on that hit, and Skylar Fox. Team is not gonna like that one. Wow, saw him hit Rob Edwards on the run, but they're gonna send that heat, and no. Edwards just able to get that one off. Skylar Fox after him again. They send Skylar Fox on a back-to-back blitz. After the mistake, Bud Simmons with a nice tackle right there for a very short gain of only 1. 3rd and 9. That is Bud Simmons' 4th tackle of the night. Rob Edwards, can you get a big-time 3rd down here? Let's see what you got. Rob under pressure, but he has room, has time, steps up in the pocket, delivers it to Morrison for the big-time 1st down. Tavio late once again. Tavio has to be there, slid over in that zone, man. Can't let Morrison dot you up. Shotgun set, Rob Edwards. These guys are in enemy territory now. They're going to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas might have been a poor cut decision right there. I feel like if he would have kept off to the left, might have had an extra 6 to 10 yards. However, that's going to be a gain of 6, actually. 2nd and 4. They're going to go right back to Thomas. Why not? And Bud Simmons going to get the tackle. And not until he's past the 1st down line. They're also going to credit Pill in on the assist. 1st and 10 at the 24, so now they're knocking on UNC's door. Without a mistake here, they can definitely take the lead. The backup, Weatherspoon, with a nice jolt of energy right there off the bench. And he's gonna get an 8-yard gain. Still got him back there. They're gonna shift out of the under center look. They're gonna go for the pass, and they're gonna find their speedy guy, Morrison. Morrison looking really good in this game, and Rob Edwards and company keeping it short. That's been the key. They've been keeping it short, and Rob has been making the right decisions. 1st and goal, 6-yard line. They're going to go with a quick slant, and they're going to call a pass interference on Trey Harper. That's going to be 1st and goal with about half the distance to the goal. 1st and goal from the 1, and if I'm them, I'm going with Thomas right up the middle. Why not? Haven't been able to stop him yet.
Let's see. They're going to go with a toss, and they may regret it. No, he bounces off the tackle. Touchdown. Justin Thomas stiff arms a defender, almost had him in the backfield, and gets to the outside for the touchdown. NC State. Pete this stiff arm in the backfield, and Justin Thomas gets in. Can NC State pull off the upset? And will UNC slide to 0-2 back-to-back weeks? Uh-oh. Low-scoring game right now, so I wouldn't blame it on the defense. However, NC State is driving really well right now. They're going to try to go for two up the middle with Thomas. But UNC is all over that one. UNC's defense says no. Won't catch us slipping in the run game again. Only took 11 plays to go 70 yards for the touchdown. However, the two-point conversion is not going to make it through. Kickoff on the way. DCP with a chance to field it. DCP took back a punt last week, puts a nice move on, but he's only going to get out to the 23-yard line. First and 10. One set. They're going to hand it to Dre. Dre with room. And Dre got to get a gain of 5 on that one. Shout out to my guy O-Block in the building. One of our most trusty staff members and mods. Olin does a lot for this league, whether you know it or not. This guy helped us grow to the point that we're at today. Working behind the scenes, getting it done for us here in the Lovers. Big shout out to O-Block, man. Just had a son as well, baby O. Gotta check on baby O soon. Shotgun set. They're gonna go to BJ Hamilton. First down. So Jay King starting to try to pick it back up. Nice passing play right there. BJ picked up a nice gain. See you back, Dre. Back there, they're going to give him a dive. The linebacker Weaver meets him there again. Weaver has been playing really good football. 7 tackles in the game. And that free linebacker who's just been getting in more often than not. 2nd and 13, and that's going to be a full start by the fullback. I saw that one. Definitely saw that one. 2nd and 18. Single back set. They don't have Dre in the game. Josh Skate and DCP on the outside. They're going to DCP, and he's going to get the catch. That's going to lead to 3rd and 4. So DCP with 5 receptions, getting a lot of targets right now. Just haven't been getting too much yards downfield. Big time 3rd and 4. Can J King answer the call? And no. Tried to get DCP over the middle on that slant, but Weaver gonna get a hand on it, and Weaver playing really good football right now, making plays in the run game and also making plays in the pass game. Shout out to the linebacker Weaver for NC State. This NC State defense playing really good football with the UNC. So 7 points up to this point in the game. 10 rushes for 50 yards and a touchdown. And Justin Thomas in this game, gotta keep an eye on him. He's also been looking like he may break one in this game. Justin Thomas gonna gain 5 on that run. And between the balance running and short passes, NC State is looking really good in this game. Shout out to my guy Tank Jackson checking in. Tank Jackson in the building. They're gonna hand it off to Thomas again. The defense all over that. Make that a short game. Bauer in there Tackle again. Bauer also playing really good football for this UNC defense. They're going to send some heat, but the line holds. And that's a beautiful pass. If those guys didn't get to him, he would have been out of there. And McMillan on the catch, his second reception. Beautiful concept right here. Look how the line picked up those blocks. Look at Justin Thomas picking up that block as well. And Tavio Simpson not able to get over. These little faster slot receivers and outside guys. They're small, but they're pretty quick for NC State. And they've been giving the safeties trouble in this game. They're going to hand it off to Thomas, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. Is that Bauer again? Yes, it is. Bauer been killing it right now. Gotta keep an eye on Bauer. This kid is a problem. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Under center, he's gonna drop back. Edwards going deep. Does he have a guy? And he does, but he drops it. Trey Harper in on the defense, but that is a pure drop right there from Morrison. Got 2 hands on that one, but the light hit from Trey Harper able to jar that one loose. 3rd and 10. Edwards with time and a dot over the middle to McMillan. McMillan and Edwards on a nice connection, filling into some tight spots. Who was that on the coverage? Let's see. Was it one of those safeties again? And no, that actually was the slot corner. Rob Edwards dotting. Does have 4 touchdowns. Nice little touchdown interception ratio. 4 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Do it pretty well, about 700 yards in the season. Trying to hit the century mark tonight if he has 300 yards, and they're trying to go to the outside with the run. The little folks is in the building. Andrew Alexander's there. He's flexing. Watch the trips to the right. 2nd and 9. Also watch Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas going to get the run, but they're going to get him in the backfield for a loss. Shotgun set, 3rd and 9. Rob Edwards has time, throws it over the middle, and that is going to be a face mask. Bud Simmons, a bit overzealous on that one, and that may have been the stop that UNC needed. However, it looked like it's going to be an NC State first down at the 15. Bad time to pick up that penalty there, Bud. Terrible time to pick up that penalty there. I formation. They're going to give it to Thomas. No, play action, hit as he thrown, and oh, Bud Simmons going to hit the tight end and jar that ball loose. That was almost another dot right there by Edwards. NC State's defense has UNC on the ropes right now. Haven't gotten the end zone. Their offense has them on the ropes right now. 2 and Thomas up the middle. They can't see to stop him. Stiff arm touchdown. Justin Thomas. What a stiff arm. That was a grown man stiff arm right there. And Justin Thomas having another great game. You gotta keep an eye on this guy. This guy's super good. Look how he just strongmans Tavio and Trey Harper. They had no chance. Look at the run. Oh my God. Justin Thomas, grown man out there. This guy's a beast. UNC just looks like they weren't prepared for this NC State offense. They weren't prepared to, didn't really game plan too well against this approach, if I'm being honest. They're not looking too good for UNC right now, but you can't count out UNC. Their high-powered offense is very dangerous. DCP on the return, breaks a tackle. He's only going to make it out to the 22. Jay King has to get something going for his offense, man. Has to start stepping up in these big moments. Has to convert on 3rd down. They need a score right here. He has time, but he's running out the pocket. He's going to tuck and run it. He's going to only get 4 yards on that one. 2nd and 6. Definitely don't have to go into panic mode right now, but they have to get something going. throwing short, and Josuke not able to hold on to that one. Hit by Weaver, and that is Weaver, the linebacker, making another huge play. This kid Weaver has been stepping up big time. 3rd and 6 now for UNC. Jay King has to make a play here. Sets his feet, delivers a dot right there to Dre, and Dre is going to catch that one for a first down. Jay King only 107 with a touchdown. Been throwing at a nice percentage, but you got to start taking some risks down the field and hitting his targets down the field. 1st and 10. Can they keep it going? That's going to be a false start. Full start on the offense. That's going to push them back 5 yards. First and 15. King going to step up. King wants to take off. Gets to the edge. But he's only going to pick up 3 yards. Offense definitely has to wake up. 10 minutes left in this game. 2nd and 12. They're sending heat at King. He's going deep and almost tried to get that first down, but Lehman camping on that one. Almost caught the interception. Gotta watch out for Lehman. Creeping up. 3rd and 12. This is a huge 3rd and 12 right here. And they're gonna go to Josuke short. He's gonna be hit and not able to hold on to that one. And right now, they are sending looks at Jay King, and he is not responding too well. I'm not sure what is the issue right now. That game plan, they went with a deep throw game plan against a defense who was kind of sitting back and waiting for the deep ball. Went with a deep throwing game plan, and the deep routes aren't developing too well. NC State is just sitting back, waiting for Jay King to make a play and knocking these balls free. And look at Thomas, Justin Thomas. Just grown man manning this defense. Offset I formation. Fullback in motion to the left. If I'm them, I'm going right back to Thomas. Why not? But that is a good hit right there. And Mitchell in to get his 5th tackle. Guys in the chat are calling it early. They're saying that NC State is humbling UNC. You can't call it. You can't call it too early though. UNC can pick up on offense really quickly. And right now on 3rd and 14, looking like they may get the stop that they need. And no, yeah, they are going to get the stop. But that was dangerous. Peel doing a good job of pulling McMillan back on that one, because that was almost dangerous. Punt on the way, and UNC, man, I think this is the drive. I think if UNC doesn't get it done on this drive, it may be over. It may be game if UNC can't get cooking. They're sending heat at Jay King. He has to pick it up. Gets it to Heron. And Heron with a big catch for a first down. That was a definitely in traffic, tough catch to make. But he went up and got that one over the shoulder. Nice placement from Jay King. 1st and 10 from the 37. Can they pick it up now? Gotta score on this drive or maybe game. Jay King under pressure, gonna get the slant to DCP. He's gonna break a tackle. DCP on the move, first down. DeAndre Carter Park picking up some extra yards with his feet right there. Shotgun set. They're trying to get it going deep now. Jay King taking off. Jay King gonna slide, and that's gonna be 2nd and inches. They're gonna say he was just a couple inches away from the first down. 6 minutes left in the game. They have to score and get a stop if they want to get it going in this one. They're gonna go with a slant. And that is Grimes in on the reception. Backup receiver there. Jay King trying to find Josuke, and Josuke Kujo not able to hold on to that one. It's going to be hit as he's catching it. That is Josuke's second time getting the ball broken away from him. Got to get that catching traffic up. 2nd and 10, and Jay King is going to be hit for the body bag. 3rd and 17. Body bag in the chat. That was a huge sack, as they're going to need a big play here on 3rd and 17 now. They're going to need a huge play. It is now or never for UNC, and it looks like Jay King is in trouble, throwing on a run. And that's going to lead to 4th and 3. Very big 4th down. Very big 4th down. Goes with a short pass. He gets it to that same receiver twice. Clutch catches from him on that one. 1st and 10 now. That was clutch for Jay King, but he got to clutch up for the rest of this drive. They're sending heat. Dre not able to break the tackle. Jay King is forced to, move out the pocket. He's not, the guy that wants to do that all the time, but he's going deep to Heron, and he misses Heron. Try to throw a little air on it, arc, so Heron can fall into that one, but that one no good. 3rd and 10 now. Another big time play and ill. Another nasty pass right there from Jay King, and they're going to have to go for it. 4th and 10. 4th and 10. Jay King stepping up, and he's going to deliver one for the 1st down and more. Jay King going to his backup receivers in the clutch, and they're catching this NC State defense off guard. Can he seal the deal? Jay King throws the slant, and has a touchdown by B.J. Hamilton. They get in the end zone, and B.J. Hamilton is going to get the touchdown. So Jay King able to redeem himself after a couple of poor throws deep. Just off on his timing with his receivers on those deep passes. And now the defense is going to need a stop. Defense is going to need a stop. The extra point attempt is good. 14-19. But that drive took a total of 4 minutes. Now they're going to need a pretty quick stop. They're going to have to stop Justin Thomas. First and 10 at the 26. They need a stop. The defense has to step up, and Thomas looking like he may go. Can Tavio stop him? And Tavio in for the tackle, but Thomas breaking for a huge run. And this run defense of UNC has been suspect tonight against Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas is a really good back though. So you can't all the way blame them, but they got to figure out a way to stop him. And now they're going to have to use those timeouts, get those timeouts going. 2nd and 11, they're going to go to Thomas again. 3rd and 7. This is the biggest 3rd down of the game, because if they get this, it might be GG's. Can they stop the short pass? Rob going to fake. And he's going to run it. Is he going to get it? He is. 1st down, and they're going to have to use their timeout. Oh, my God. He's going to have to use a timeout. They go to the backup. And they're going to try to run this clock out. Big time run by Rob Edwards, and now 2-minute warning. They're going to just need this thing out, probably take a field goal. Not sure why they would even need that. They should have just ran it twice. going to go up the middle. Justin Thomas, and that is the game. North Carolina State is going to pull off the big-time upset against UNC. They could not stop Justin Thomas. They didn't do their homework properly on this team. And the game plan just didn't fit the bill. Gotta get in the scouting room, guys. Wow. Justin Thomas with the dagger, and UNC is going to lose by 5. NC State upset victory. Upset victory. Wow, what a game. That has to be a heartbreaker for UNC, as they're going to fall to 2-2 on this season. Rob and Jay King with very similar numbers in this game. Rob Edwards winning in the completion percentage department and in yardage by 2. Didn't get in the end zone as much as Jay King did, but I think he managed the game very well, especially with the use of his running back, man. This was a very, very good game, man. Justin Thomas, 21 attempts, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 broken tackles, 26 yards being his longest run. Dre Willis was under wraps in this game, 17 attempts for 55 yards. Anton Weatherspoon, 4 attempts, 8 yards. Rob Edwards, the biggest run of the game, being that rush on 3rd down. They didn't account for him, and that hurt him. Jay King had a couple of decent runs as well in the receiving game. Britton McMillan, 4 receptions for 68 yards, no touchdowns. Thomas Morrison, 4 receptions for 40 yards. B.J. Hamilton, 4 receptions, 36 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Carter-Park with 6 receptions, 35 yards. Justin Herron, 2 receptions, 33 yards. Alex Dickinson with 5 receptions, 32 yards. And you could just take it down from here. Josuke Cujo with 3 drops in this game. Josuke Cujo had 3 drops, which is only going to leave him with 2 receptions, 11 yards in the game. Josuke Cujo, man, definitely has to have a better outing in the game, man, if his team wants to win. He's at that #1 receiver slot, and that has to hurt the team, man, when he drops 3 passes. And I want to say about 2 of them was guaranteed first downs. Don't remember the rest. Part of me got to go to the defense. So there's 2 to get to the defense. Total tackles, Bud Simmons, 13 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Good game for Bud Simmons. Emmett Mitchell, 10 tackles, 2 for loss. 9 for George Pill, 9 tackles, 1 for loss for Skylar Fox. Antonio Weaver had a really good game with some pass deflections, tackles for loss, short game tackles. He was playing really good. Part of you guys hit the button, my mistake. Just a really good effort from these guys in this game, man. Their defense stepped up, and you know, if you watch this team play, they definitely have a tough defense, so you gotta watch out for them. I've been telling them that as well. They're not gonna credit nobody for a forced fumble, but little folks definitely had a forced fumble in this game. Because I'm not on Facebook, pardon me. Little folks definitely had a forced fumble, and there it goes right there. Andrew Alexander, Tavio had the fumble recovery. But all in all, their defense just couldn't hold up. Their safeties were getting ate up. They didn't account for the short passing game, and that kind of hurt them, man. But yeah, man. In the field goal department, Vinny Cook, 2 for 2. They actually missed the field goal. James Pemberton missed that field goal. That was very tough, man. And he attempted, it was a 50+ that he missed. So not bad. It was a 50+ that he missed. Just got to get that leg right, man. UNC definitely has some work to do. They got to get in and figure out what's the issue, what's the miscommunication on offense. They got to get it together. It's the second game that they haven't been looking as, good as advertised. We've seen them get in a groove at times and show flashes, but I don't think they're showing those flashes enough right now as we're, in week 4 of the season. So 2 for 2, that's split down the middle, and that's 500, but that's just not enough, man. Now they have to watch out for their division and, try to stay on top of their division. Notre Dame lost. I know they were in their division. I have to take a look at their division. I know they got the divisions in the chat, but yeah, man, got to get an update on that soon. Probably send a little update or do a little update vid for, the week. Didn't do a week 3 podcast, just got into week 4 because I figured we could skip some of the weeks for the podcast. Don't have to do one every week. Don't want to burn out you guys' attention span. We already have a lot of games, but UNC definitely has to figure it out, man. UNC definitely not feeling that loss, but all in all, good game. Be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. It's your boy, Commish Mula, and I always appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are growing a lot, man. We got guys working on the pro uniforms. We have custom modded teams. We don't have to use NFL now, guys. Fully custom teams that you haven't seen, in any other leagues, guys. So, we're working on building something special here, and I'm loving the way that it's growing. Appreciate all you guys for the support. I will be in the Moolah ship if anything. Peace, fellas.